No, we're starting. Yeah. Woo! Hey, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, Laura. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the favors and the restreams. It's Christmas. It's the nooner. Might as well be talking about Christmas. So Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys being here, taking time out of your Christmas holiday season to hang out on the nooner. Today we're going to be talking about etymology of the word Christmas. Where did it come from? What does it mean? We all think we know what it means, but maybe there's a little more to it. So, if this is your first time here on the nooner, here's what I like to do. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, I'm dropping a noontime nugget about either sales, business, or life. Thursdays, I like to take something topical, something current, something relevant, and bring it into sales, business, and life. So we're going to do that today. We're going to be looking at the etymology of the word Christmas, where it came from, what it means when you break it down. Feliz Navidad, Laura. Thank you very much. Welcome, Landing Point. Appreciate you tuning in. Nice to have you on the nooner. We're going to be talking about the etymology of the word Christmas. So let's get started, shall we? Let me first and foremost introduce myself to you. My name is David Bradley. I am the host. So let's get started, shall we? Let me first and foremost introduce myself to you. My name is David Bradley. I am the host every weekday, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. I'm coming to you live, dropping a noontime nugget about sales, business, or life. 3 things you want to know about me going into this deal. So if it's your first time tuning in, again, my name is David Bradley. 3 things about me. Sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. Been working for Grant for the last 5 years. It's an honor and a privilege to do that. What we do in our company is we work with individuals and companies alike to help increase production, usually to the tune of 15 to 30%, simply by helping them find and then handle missed opportunities. So if you take a look at yourself in your business, look for where there may be some opportunity for growth, we can help with that. 75% of what we do here is 100% free. Number one reason a business fails is not lack of capital, but it's lack of production. So we will help you with that. If you have any questions about it, you want to get more information, feel free to shoot an email out to david@grantcardone.com or call me direct, 310-777-0352. 2 other things on me is I'm the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Smoked the cigarettes for the last, for 15 years, actually. I stopped in 2002 of May. Couldn't quit. Tried many times to quit. Multiple times. Couldn't figure it out. But then I found a way to stop. There is a difference, and I write about that in my book. So what's going on? So it's Christmas, so that would make a killer gift. It's available on Kindle as well as regular book form. You can order it at stopdon'tquit.com or over on Amazon. Again, the title is How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. If you've ever tried to stop smoking, you get that. The book will also help you kick any habit. Other thing about that, New Year's resolutions are coming around, right? A lot of people set these things and they don't follow through. They break them. This is it. I'm quitting smoking this year, right? But by February, they're done. Okay, it happened to me. So how do you not quit quitting? Is it right? So this book will help you keep that New Year's resolution if that's your plan. Third thing on me, founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. This is all about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. I believe. You don't have to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do that right from the comfort of your own home, the backyard, the garage, the park, anywhere. And so that is my next book in progress. But if you search that hashtag, you may find some pretty cool stuff. Go into Google, type in Rich Man's Gym, website, blog, working on that, a couple of articles. There's some good stuff. So check that out. So let's dig into this, right? In fact, I need to just stand up for this deal. Just gonna put the stool. See, I got the tree in the background. So, okay, it's Christmas. What does the word mean? So if we break the word down, Christ, Mass, right? So if you look up Christmas, if you go to online etymology dictionary, which is a favorite source of mine, it says late Old English, Christus Masse. From Christ, as in Jesus, okay, and retaining the original vowel sound, okay, and then mass, M-A-S-S. So it's been written as one word since the mid-14th century as a verb, like Father Christmas, that's the 1590s. That's when Christmas carols started coming around. And let's see here, the Christmas tree in modern sense first showed up in 1835. It's German. Christmas cards, 1843. Christmas Eve, Middle English. Christenmasse even. It's 1300s, okay? So when Jesus was around, he was not known as the Christ. Follow? That didn't show up until later. Okay, so when we look at those two words, the noun, Christ, okay, what? Christus is the Latin version. And from Greek, Christos, which means the anointed. Now in Hebrew, though, it means Messiah. Okay, so what do we have? Anointed, Messiah. Don't worry, this will come back to sales, business, and life. Hold on. Okay. Also, the Latin term has implications in terms of healer, Savior. Okay? So I'm just writing this stuff down. So, healer, Savior. Okay? Anointed, Messiah, healer, Savior. Okay? Those, if you look at that's Christ. Just the word. Forget the guy for a second. Just the word. Anointed, healer, Messiah, Savior. Okay? Healing, big key word. Okay? Is treated as a proper name in Old English, but not regularly capitalized until the 17th century. Okay? So, let's move over to Mass. M-A-S-S. They've dropped an S. In Christmas, Mass. Okay? So, Mass can mean size. Okay, but that's not the kind of Mass we're talking about. So, if you go back, this is a Catholic term. Now, back in the day, there was only the Catholic Church. We didn't have Baptists and Lutherans and Episcopalians. It just wasn't Seventh-day Adventist. It just wasn't there. There's Christianity now that we know it, but back in the day, Christianity was Catholicism. Same thing. Okay, Mass is a Eucharistic service, which is the time, if you're not Christian or you're not religious, you're not familiar with Catholicism, the Mass means Eucharistic celebration, which is where we Catholics honor Jesus' sacrifice on the cross in the Last Supper. When Jesus gave the commandment, do this in remembrance of me, that's the Eucharistic celebration or service. So, Christ Mass means celebrate Jesus. But the word Mass, though, really didn't come into play until the end, and it literally means dismissal, or to let go, or to send. So as I'm looking this up, I'm like, send, Christmas, send, Christ. And remember from earlier? Healer, Savior. Okay? So, Jesus is the Christ. So, Christmas is literally send the healer. Send healing. Send the Savior. Send the Messiah. Send that guy that's going to straighten this whole thing out. All right? So that's the word. That's where it came from. That's what it means. And if you look at the Bible, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Okay? So that is what Christmas is all about. Sending Christ. Sending the healer. So now I want to bring this into what kind of sales lesson can we learn from Jesus, the healer, the Messiah. Lydia, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas to you. Welcome. So I found a quote that I thought would be appropriate for the nooner, since we're giving noontime nuggets about sales, business, and life, from the big guy himself, Jesus. And I'm going to bring this back to sales, and I'm going to bring it right back to this book right here. So you ready? Here you go. This is Mark chapter 10, verse 43. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So this is your Christmas message from the nooner. I'm going to read it again. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Okay? So, sell or be sold. How to get your way in business and in life. Chapter 11. The name of the chapter is Give, Give, Give. There's a subchapter in here called Service is Senior to Selling. So I'm going to read this little verse here to just tie this Christmas message from the nooner up together. Selling is the act of giving, not getting. Serving, not selling. Grant says, the author of this book, Grant says, I believe that the true essence of selling is not just getting the sale, but the sincere desire to help. I also believe that a spiritually aware person will ultimately be a better salesperson than someone who's just interested in compensation. Okay? So, service is senior to selling. You have to give before you can get. And you have to give from a genuine place. I also believe that a spiritually aware person will ultimately be a better salesperson than someone who's just interested in compensation. True essence of selling is not just getting the sale, but the sincere desire to help. What does that mean to you today in the season of giving? If you're in sales, if you're in business, how are you giving to your clients? What are you giving to your clients? JRG, hello from Belgium. Merry Christmas, Belgium. That's so funny that a guy from Belgium popped in here, because you know the other thing I was thinking about talking about today is the Great Truce of 1914. And I know that some of the nations, along that Western Front during the First World War literally dropped everything on Christmas Eve in 1914 during World War I, crossed, no man's land, and they hung out together. They drank coffee and smoked cigarettes and played soccer, and it's just such a cool story. If you've never read that story or heard about that story, look it up. Christmas Truce of 1914. Really, really, I think they even made a movie out of it. I've never seen it, but man, just a really, really cool Christmas miracle / story. So to wrap this nooner up, I mean, this one's a short and sweet one today, what are you giving? What are you giving to your client? What does that mean, going the extra mile? Do you have this attitude of true service when you're making cold calls? When you're calling on people to offer your product or your service? I mean, are you coming from a place of real service? Let me just have a conversation with this guy and see if there's a way I can help him out. We put so much pressure on, selling and closing, and like that's a thing. But man, if you don't have service in your heart, you're just a dude looking to get paid. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But let's go back to Jesus for a second. Let's just think about this, okay? Whoever wants to become great among you must first be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. I mean, if you're looking to create true wealth, true prosperity, true abundance in your life, you've got to be in a place of service. The people that have the highest levels of how can I give, how can I serve, how can I help, the people that are at that high level of looking to serve, the sincere desire to help. That was the phrase. Who's that been? Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, okay, Grant Cardone. Okay, these are people that are literally out there trying to figure out, dude, how can I help people? And they've done it so well and so effectively that they've been rewarded on this unbelievable scale. Even Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah. So the Christmas message on the Nooner is, what are you doing to serve? What are you doing to help? Be a servant. Be a servant. Let's fire up some funky stuff as we wrap this thing up today. What are your plans? What are you guys doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? I live in the Central Coast, so me and the wife are going to run over to the Madonna Inn for a traditional Central Coast dinner. I'll be getting down on some prime rib. We're going to come back here later tonight. I think I'm actually going to pop back on here and read The Night Before Christmas, which is the best Christmas poem ever. I'm going to be reading that live. I'll stream that tomorrow. No nooner. Going to be with family all day tomorrow. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. Remember the meaning, and that it's truly about giving on every level. If I can be of service to you or your company, don't hesitate. Reach out. 310-777-0352. You can email me, david@grantcardone.com. Thanks for being here today. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you Monday.